So today we are going to talk about the cost of publishing a book if you are self-publishing a book. So how much should it cost to publish a book, whether you are in India or America or Europe or anywhere else in the world? My name is Harshit Bhardwaj. Do you know why Americans read the most number of books in the entire world? The reason is very simple. Because there are more authors publishing books in America than anywhere else in the world. So America has more authors that translates into most readers. An average cost of publishing a book in America is between $2,000 to $5,000. Now I am in India. My name is Harshit Bhardwaj. And I understand the Indian market as well as the American market. In the Indian market or anywhere outside of America, there is this big, huge confusion about the publishing cost. Americans moved on and accepted the idea that publishing a book costs money unless you get a traditional publishing deal. So most American authors who've written a book, they have accepted this idea that it is going to cost them some money to get their books out. And this happened at least 15 years ago. There were a lot of early self-publishing companies before Amazon. Then the Amazon KDP came in and then it became very simple, but there is still a cost. So today we are going to talk about the cost of publishing a book if you are self-publishing your book. There are broadly three publishing options that you have as an author. One is the traditional publishing option, where the publisher invests and spends all the money. So the author does not pay. Then there is a hybrid publishing model that is very prevalent in countries like India, Brazil, China, some parts of Europe. A lot of people also call it a vanity publishing, but I would call it hybrid. Vanity is a completely different ball game. It is a scam. So we'll stick to hybrid publishing, where the publisher and the author, they contribute as partners and invest in the book, and they both bear the cost, right? Then there is a self-publishing model, where the author has to pay for the publishing and the entire cost. There is nobody else. So author basically hires what is called as a publishing services company. So author hires people to do the job of publishing the book. So how much should it cost? Now I run a publishing house and we do traditional publishing as well as hybrid publishing as well as self-publishing. And it depends on what kind of a manuscript it is. So how much should it cost to publish a book, whether you are in India or America or Europe or anywhere else in the world? There are four major areas where you will be spending money. You should be spending money. So in the publishing process, there are these stages, or you can divide them into pre-press, post-press, press. So the very first thing, once you have written your book, is you need somebody to edit it and proofread it, right? So an editor, a proofreader, ideally two different people, but sometimes just one guy or one person editing and then proofreading the text. Ideally two different people, two different sets of eyes. So that is one cost of editing, proofreading. That can range from, I don't know, that depends on where you are. But for example, in India, that could be $1,000 for a 50,000 word book manuscript. $1,000 for a 50,000 words manuscript. But the same manuscript in America, probably you'd be paying at least a couple of $1,000s or more to get that edited. And of course, that also depends on the level of editing needed, what kind of genre it is. It is a very rough estimate. But even in India, set aside at least $1,000 for editing and proofreading. That's the first cost. Second cost is to convert that rough edited manuscript, which is probably in the Word format, into printable PDF. So they are going to be two files. One is the printable PDF and one is the digital file for Kindle if you're publishing on Amazon. So that is called typesetting or formatting. You can get it done cheaply on Fiverr for, let's say, $100, but again depends if your book has a lot of illustrations or pictures, or it is just a black and white novel, number of pages. You can get it done for under $500 max. There are softwares like Vellum where the subscription is $200 for the year and you can do unlimited books. So between $200 to $500 is a good amount, a decent amount for a novel, non-fiction, black and white, or a trade novel. That's the second cost. The third cost is going to be your cover art. The cover art, you can very well do it on Canva or Figma, or there are so many other AI driven options for free. But if you were to hire a designer, which I highly suggest you to do, anywhere between $100 to $500 is a decent amount. And if you use stock images, then you'll have to buy the licenses for the stock images. But you can get it done for free yourself, or pay someone on Fiverr, let's say $50. Or if you really want to get a good cover, professional cover artist, around $500 is not a bad amount. That's the third cost, right? Edit, then the formatting. Third is the cover art. The fourth cost would be the actual cost of printing. Now, if you're using Amazon KDP, you don't pay for the printing cost, right? You just upload it and it's POD. So anyone who buys your book, they pay for it. But in markets like India and Brazil, so like we are in India, Amazon does not print in India. So if you want your book to sell in India, and which I highly recommend, India is probably one of the biggest English speaking markets in the world. So to sell your book in India, you need to stock it with a distributor like us. So we'll have to print a certain number of copies, let's say a couple of hundred copies. So there is going to be a cost of printing that book. If you're an Indian author, then obviously it's going to be printed. So the cost of printing, cover art, formatting, typesetting, editing, proofreading, that's it. Then comes the post-production. The book has come out and you need to plan and spend in your marketing. For that, we'll talk in the next video. So to summarize, the average American author spends between $2,000 to $5,000 in publishing a book, which is, according to my estimate, it's a right estimate. You can do it for less, of course, and you can do it for more, of course, but the 2 to 5 ballpark is a nice sweet spot. This is Harshit Bhardwaj. I hope I helped you understand the publishing costs. Please subscribe to this channel. I'll keep coming back to you with all the frequently thought about and confusing points on publishing here at this channel. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.